Alexa, start relaxing music.
Enjoy this relaxing music brought to you by Computer Tech.
All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. James, good morning. MKO, good morning. Pat, good to see you back, my friend. Good morning. Steven, how are you, sir? Good morning. Omer, good morning. GED, good morning. Adam S, good morning. Mir, good morning. All right, guys, let's just get the show on the road. Very quiet day today. Very quiet Sunday into today's price action. We have a one candle reversal on the 200 NT Rinko. We have two harmony zones that are established overnight. Zone number one is 30 to 20 on NQ, 05 to 95. That's the second zone. We're trading right on the top end of the Globex band. So really, we have a couple of things that need to happen in the market today in order for it to trigger us to start acting. First action, market needs to go to 880 half. That will trigger a continuation pattern that could take us to the high of Friday. Okay. If we end up closing under 830.75, which is not too far away from where we're at right now, that will put on a captain setup short on the 100 NT Rinko. And we have to kind of look at that as a place where we can need to start looking at short opportunities. Okay. So ES put a captain setup switch trade short, and it's lagging behind NQ. Let's take a look at the F50 NT Rinko here. All right, the 50 NT Rinko is long. On NQ, the 200 and the 100 are long. However, the fact that we're stuck in this range from overnight is what we need to be looking at for a continuation pattern. So let's take a look at 2010. Yeah, here we go. I'm gonna post an order. Let me see if I can find this here. I'm gonna post a couple of orders out there. All right, that's order number 1. Order number 2. I'm gonna put orders under. Here we go. Okay. So my orders are going out fine. Good morning, Brad. All right, so we know what we're looking for. Even if you look at the 50 NT Rinko, you see a captain set up short, establish itself at 854 overnight in and around the 2 o'clock time frame. At 8:30, if you start breaking 8:30, that's gonna trigger the market into some selling pressure. All right. So the market is establishing that channel and establish a trend line. It's busting right through it. So the key here is to trade above 845. That would lend itself to more upward pressure. Target number 1 is hit in this sequence. Target number 2 is going to be 889, which is actually above the close of that trend. So the close of that trend is right here at 880. And target number 2 is at 889. So that's where the market is gearing itself toward. All right, we hit that target. Good to see. And the next target is 905, 5. I'm looking at the news cycle. We don't have much of a news cycle today. I mean, tomorrow we have flash manufacturing PMI. We have new home sales, Richmond manufacturing. And pretty much Wednesday we have Yellen speaks, crude oil and FOMC minutes. Thursday we have unemployment, preliminary GDP, pending home sales, and Friday we have durable goods, core durable, and core PCE price action, and reversed consumer sentiment. So really today we have no economic news, but the market is going to be very sensitive to the debt ceiling conversation and any effect or any economic news that comes from there is going to lend itself to a movement in the market. So a quick one. So we have a new harmony, two harmony zones. Harmony zone number one is 855 half by 845 half. Zone two is 830 half by 820 half. Next target is 905.5 in ES. Obviously, we're breaking that structure, and we hit target number one, two, and three. Target number four is quite a distance away, but it's 42, 30, 75. Emotional. Target number two is hit again. Target number three is 910. So if they keep doing what they're doing right here, nice little nice little pop there. So from an intraday perspective, really that Globex price is going to be the big point of contention. As long as we continue to trade above 805, this market is going to be buy the dip. And the first signs of trouble is 845. So I'm going to be looking at these pullbacks as a buying opportunity against the 845 and the 805. From a structural point of view, obviously we're going to measure risk smaller than that. '94, yeah, '94. Look at that. All right, target. Let's see here. Yeah, it's coming up there. Yeah, we hit that target. Now the next target after that is 930. 930 half. That's a mover. I mean the pullbacks are very shallow, but that's the direction that the market is taking. Adam, good morning. Adam Perez, good morning. Yeah, Sheila, good morning. So let's ask a question here. What's a good decision here? A good decision would be if we can get a pullback into the 96 to 80 and find an entry point on a higher low. That would be a good area for a pullback, and buying the pullback on price stability and a signal. That would be one good decision there. There are scalps going on here. You got switch trade right here and it ran up. You had another switch trade right there and it ran up. No, it does not, Steven. It does not renew at 150. It renews and it keeps that balance of 148. If the account is busted and but is not canceled and then it renews at 150. I'm not understanding your I'm not understanding your question, Mir. What dots? So we're getting a little bit of a pullback here, which is good. All right, here we go. We're getting a little bit of a pullback. That's good. You're talking about this right here? Mm, like the 370s and the 13805.5? Are we talking about that or? Yeah, this is part of the development. I mean, this is part of the harmony trading system, and we developed it to where it adds these points, and it's these. You got those two areas are the first number is Globex, so that's the Globex number. The 401 measures the distance between the price to Globex. So that's what those numbers. But how we did that? How did we do that? Like, technically, we just put it in the code. There are codes that will allow us to do that. Yeah, so that's the key, Stephen. It has to be blown in order for it to reset to original balance. Otherwise, they just renew it for that exact amount of 148. Okay, so we gotta focus on trading here. I mean, there's a lot of questions going on, and key is to be focused on trading. If people have questions, you kind of leave them till the closer to where the session is over. So, because we had right here. Let's see here. We had here a railroad long, and that's the pullback that we were waiting on, and that thing hit target again, and now the next hit the 30 target. Now we're looking at the next target, which is 955. I mean, there's a distinct difference right now between how ES is behaving, how NQ is behaving. NQ is a lot stronger than ES, and eventually that will have to weigh down on it has to weigh down on NQ. Oh man, they're running this bad boy. Ah, well, it is what it is. But I, I wouldn't. Okay, this is what I gotta tell you guys. Don't get cute. Don't get cute with this price action. Don't try to fade it. Don't try to play a double top. Don't try to get ahead of that. Let the market actually tell you that it's stopping here. If they're gonna stop here, because I know there's certain traders. I'm one of them that will be itching right now to go and fade this and try to short ahead of what could look like potentially a double top. And we've seen this so many times where the market does this, pause, and then just blows the top and trap everybody. So we're better off letting the market, if it's going to reverse, let it reverse. Let it reverse. Let it, and the reversal is not if it's going to happen. That is an if. It will take some time. It's going to be multiple attempts at the level. Okay, so one of the things that we would want to see out of the market, if there's a reversal here, is a break below 870. Okay, so right now pullbacks are viable. We had the first pullback right here, and the market was very robust and just shot up. I mean, Omer, I'm sure you looked at the 50 NT Rinco and you had two switch trades in a row. One happened very close to the captain setup short before it, and then you got target number two switch trade, and that ran up the price into where we at right now. So you're getting a market that is, it's not even half an hour into the day, and we're getting this type of price action, right? Target. The next target is 955 half. 955 half. ES, I mean, that is a clear divergence between how NQ is behaving versus how ES is behaving. ES is much weaker than NQ. Okay, so from a bigger perspective, what's happening here is if you start digging anywhere under 207 and a quarter on ES, then most likely we're gonna get to 4201 half, and that will lend itself to a move into the 4188. Okay, there's a distinct weakness in ES, and that has to have an impact on NQ. You know, if ES start to burst lower, you're gonna get a pause in NQ long behavior. I'd rather be long NQ, short ES on signals, obviously. Yeah, yeah, we may end up trying. It's given us that impression. They're giving us that impression for sure. August 22nd, 22nd. It's like there's no problems. Like we don't. I mean, this market's gonna what go all time high here. Crazy. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for to see. I mean, if they reverse it here, so it will be a lower high on the 200 NT Renko. I mean, I don't have any trades done so far. I mean, the market ran up nicely, which is fine. Yeah, 1 minute, 1 minute to the top of the hour. All right, so right here we got this. So we need to see a break and a pullback that holds, and that will get us involved into a continuation trade to target number four. The target number four is 972. Target for this swing trade is 955 half. And the market right now is going through a period of a pullback, and you're seeing ES, how ES is just starting to bleed. And we talked about the '07, right? We just literally talked about the '07. So the '07 is coming in and it's starting to affect how NQ is behaving. Ultimately, the longs are very strong in NQ and the shorts are very strong in ES. People with money. Teach you something. All right. So they're coming up to this level here where they should be breaking up and they're getting faded. If this candle closes at 9:30, you're gonna get a bit of a consolidation that could bleed the price below 921. You see how ES is digging into a level that is a critical level. 2, 3, 4, 3. Okay, that's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what's happening. So what we got going on here is a failure to break out, and the pressure from ES is finally starting to have an effect on how NQ is behaving. 70 NT Rinko is reversing, the 50 is reversing, and you got yourself at 906. NQ, the 100 and the 200 will be out of sync. They have a switch trade short right here. And let's see. Your 50, the ES chart on the 50 NT Rinko has not closed yet. The 0 half would be the level that the market. No, it's not red yet. It's almost there. It's almost there. Now, if they put a switch trade right here, uh, I may just take a stab at. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna look at a potential stab at the shorts here, but we gotta see something. We gotta see. Well, now ES is gonna turn one candle up. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna pause from trying to get short on NQ. NQ is stronger. I mean, they're putting a double switch trade, and that typically that formation will lend itself to a move into the 900. So that's what I'm expecting. I'm gonna just watch it. It's 906 right now. Here you go, 906. Okay, well, it's a it's a double switch trade. It's a double switch trade. It was quite obvious that there's something there. It's just I passed on it. It's like, okay, let's just watch some more. Let's watch some more. Okay. I mean, maybe just one contract, maybe. I mean, is it a good decision here? Yeah, it's a good decision. 910 and back to that 900. ES is flushing. Large explosion in DC. Pat, what's going on here? Let's take a look. Thank you, Pat. It just happened because I don't see anything on CNN right now. Good Lord, look at that. Salang. Oh, shit. Yeah, you're right. Initial report of a large explosion near the Pentagon complex in Washington D.C. That can Oh Jesus. Okay, we gotta get active short here. Okay, and just don't get too crazy with it though. Man, look at that. It was the double switch right there was like the sign that shit is not right. Good job, Adam, taking advantage of that. Oh, you did? Wow. Good for you guys. Yeah, I mean, I really liked it. I definitely liked that trigger, railroad trigger. 915. Yeah, that's the double on the double and the double switch trade short. So the market gave us a signal right here, then followed up with a confirmation short at 907. All right, let's just keep working. I mean, do they know if it's an attack or it's an accident? I think that would have uh, an impact on. I mean, here comes a little bit of a recovery. We're on the middle of the range on the 100 into Rinko, so just watch it. Uh, Explosion in the Pentagon in DC. That's the news, Adam. The news is the news is you made 40 points. That's the news. That's the only news that matters, right? Yeah, Omer. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just be careful. Like the 200 and the 100 are in sync, back in sync right now. So believe it or not, we're looking for these pullbacks to buy into on price stability. Obviously, we need to see the cloud shift and a channel build up and all that good stuff. But here we go. Tricky, tricky. All right, let's just play the game here. All right, they're struggling here at the establishment of channel number two. Yeah, look at that. They're struggling here. They're struggling. I get it. I get it. I mean, if they put on a one candle reversal here one more time, I may give it a shot. Yeah, they're not even entertaining my order anymore. I'm not entertaining my order. Let me hold it back, and I will wait and see if we can retrace one more time. I wanted to take that 903 and see if we can break into target number one and potentially target number two. So let's see. Let's see. I'm going to cancel this order right here and look for a re-entry. Canceled. Okay. Captain set up short on ES. And obviously the 200 NT, the 50 NT Rinko closed on ES. Here we go. It's getting wild here. A lot of consolidation. They're trying to figure out the news. That's what's going on here. They're trying to figure out the news. And that captain setup is about to break to the upside too. Yeah, like this area right here, we should have by now have cleared it and trading in the 15 to the 25 zone. And the fact that we're not doing that with this very tight consolidation is telling me that if the market closes anywhere under 95, that's gonna generate a little bit of back and fill. If they, yeah, here we go. I'm gonna take that. We should be going higher. Come on, don't be a punk. Let's just go. I'm gonna put my stop right here, and it's either gonna run up to my target or it's gonna stop me for a small amount. Because right here it should break. If it doesn't break, I'll take my stop. There's some silly stuff going on here. So that's a 5-point stop basically. Okay. 12:07:17. I'm gonna go to 17 target. Yeah, here we go. Let it go. I'm gonna give it more room for a target. And I'm going break even right here. Okay, let's let it run. Gotta take something out of this thing. Okay, let's go. Thank you. I mean, the 200, the 100 was in sync. You got ES, breaking that captain setup. And be honest with you, should have not taken that long to get there. But and and I figured that if it's gonna take out that 5 points, is gonna take out 10 points. Most likely, it's gonna take out more than that. But I'll take 10 points or close to it and just call it a day here. Yeah, I saw the switch trade, and that's what really kind of got me excited. Oh, are you serious? What do you mean it's a false hoax? What a bunch of punks. Wow. Bro, if the market is going to start acting based on any tweet, we're in a lot of trouble here. I mean, imagine all these people that just got screwed with this move, just based on a hoax that came out in the news. I mean, that's just not right. That's not right. Yeah, Omer. I mean, that's I saw that one when I saw the captain set up failure on that on the captain set up failure on ES, and then I got the switch trade on NQ. I was like, okay, I'm good here, and I even tightened up my stop to only 5 points on that. Well, that's the damn truth, Steven. That's another good one, Adam. Yeah, there's a lot of algos that are solely driven on news from Twitter. So they went short into that move. Just interesting. I have a story for you guys, but I'll let it know. I'll let you. We're gonna focus on trading, but toward the end of the day, I'll share it with you. That's just from way back when I was trading at a prop firm. The power of news. We'll talk about that later. Yeah, I frag. That's just a bunch of bullshit. To be honest with you. Yep. Switches and captains. That is the way. That's the way to go always, right? Uh, go quickly into the website and flatten your account, Adam. Yeah, if they have an issue, anybody else reporting issues with Apex? I mean, I'm not having any problems myself, but I'm not in a position right now. I was in my personal account, and I copied that trade into my Apex, and I didn't have any issue executing. Okay, so Amir's okay. I'm okay. Anybody else that is in Apex and having issue filling? Okay, Brad, no issues. Okay, so Rhythmic is working. Pat is working. Brad is working. Omer is working. I'm working. Um, so probably could be a local issue on your end, Adam. Not an Apex wide issue. All right, so we got a channel here, and I think people are realizing they got duped, and they're starting to come back in. What does that blue mark means? Does it mean please trust me while I post bullshit news? Yeah, but ifrag, that's not. It's more common than you think. So quickly, the news that I was, I think it was like probably 20 years ago when I was trading at a prop firm. I was the manager of the prop firm, and I hear a commotion on the floor. So we had a big floor in Dallas, Texas, a trading floor, and we had a lot of prop traders that were trading their own funds and also the firm fund. So anyway, so I see on my screen all of a sudden green, 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 green. All of a sudden, all these traders in the firm, and I watch their risk are making big money. So I stick my head out there. I run to the floor. I was like, "What's going on?" And he goes, "Yeah, yeah, some news hit the chat rooms." I was like, "What are you talking about?" So there's this company that was basically, according to the chat, is basically it's a pharmaceutical company that's gonna fail its drug release, and those are usually very very big news. Anyway, long story short, they everybody got short based on that chat room, and we used to get that chat right when it comes out because we pay the premium service for the traders. And one of the guys in the room, he went short 5,000 shares and bought options, and in a half an hour made a quarter of $1 million, $250,000. and and he was covering, and he covered everything except 1,000. And then they halted the security. And 10 minutes later, they said the news was hoax and opened it up higher, but he was still in the profit, and he ended up covering and going long and made another I think was like 40 grand. See, he was close to 300 grand for the day. And he was not the only one. There was a lot of other traders that made 20 grand, 40 grand, but he's the one that made the most amount off of that bad news, fake bad news. So the owner of the firm told me, okay, George, we gotta celebrate with the traders. So he sent me to the liquor store, and I bought like like it was 5 bottles of Vive Clicquot champagne, and we brought it in. We celebrated with that trader that made 300,000, and that was all based on a bullshit news some kid somewhere posted, and the market panicked and sold just to be figured out exactly what happened right now. Exactly what happened. 300 grand. Fucking 300 grand. And we drank every bit of that champagne that day. We shut down that. We pretty much we were done for the day after that one. Yeah, I see the 40 NT Rinko, Captain. So when you guys told me this is fake news, like fake news, it literally brought me back to that memory. I was like, oh boy, here we go again. So you got a 40 NT Rinko, you got a 200 and a 100 that are in sync on the long side. Then you got a 40 NT Rinko Captain setup short. Yeah, I definitely want to see a little bit more information. I want to see a flush below 890 and then a run back up that confirms in order for me to scalp against that 40 NT Rinko. Ah, oh my God. Here we go. Yeah, see that, Omer? I mean, they're just tricky with it. They're just bouncing that thing right back up here. So we broke channel number 2, and that's telling me that the market is. Good morning, James. I don't know if I said hi to you early on or not. Okay, here we go. Okay, okay. So the key is a break above 918.5. Hmm. Well, see, this is the key right here. If you break, see, they're trying to protect 900. So the key here is if you get back down to 900 and a half, that'll be a captain setup switch trade short on the 40 NT Rinko, and that is a significant formation, and we may end up bleeding into the 90s and the 80s based on that. And they're coming for it too. I mean, it looks like they're coming for it. But they have to close down there. They can't just be sitting here bouncing around. cares, man? Let's see here. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna step away for just a minute, get some water. But I mean, then the big number here is the 900. If we break under that, that's gonna set the stage for a bleeding into the 90s and the 80s. Right now, the 200 and the 100 are in sync on the long side, and the big break will be coming at 917. So either we hit the 900 for a short on rallies, or if we break the 1720, uh, pullbacks become viable. But you have to be careful though, because that captain setup is not broken yet. So we'll see. We'll see what the market has to offer here. We know what we were looking for. All right, I'm back. Yeah, so that actually ended up happening, right? That 901. Well, you had a captain setup switch trade on 40 NT Rinko along with a captain setup short on the 30. All right, I'm back. I'm back. It's almost 10 o'clock right now. The 200 and the 100 are out of sync. We broke channel number 2 and established channel number 1, actually 2 on. Let's draw that one here. All right, so we're breaking that. Hmm. That's interesting. So we broke the channel here and we're pushing a close above 918 will get the market in sync between the 200 and the 100, and then the next target of 955 half is going to be the next thing that we're going to be looking for. Yeah, no, I get it. I get it, Adam. They're always going to be playing games. But that we know our levels, right? We know what we're looking for. We're looking for 917.75. 917.75. If that happens, then pullbacks become viable again for that bigger target of 955 half. Let's see if the market does this. Hmm. 9727. Okay. I mean, we know what we're waiting on, so let's just wait. All right, guys, let's see here what we're doing. Bouncing right back in here. That's not a sign of a very healthy price action right now. Okay, because with that switch trade on the 100 NT Rinko, the the stability in price action should have been a lot more. You don't want to see 880, which we're not too far away from. It's like maybe 15 points away, because that would put a captain setup short on the 100 NT Rinko. Channel number one established. Let's see if channel number two can be established right here, but that's a weak channel number two due to the fact that we're trading way under the cloud. So if they open this thing up with, here we go, that's it right there. Okay, so that's a weak one, and if we break anything under 90, then we'll hit the 80, and if we hit the 80, that's a captain setup short, and then potentially we start bleeding into the 70s and the 50s at that point. Really, this is a sideways consolidated market right now, and they're pausing against that what looks like a double top. And we talked about that early on. We said, they may give us the impression of a double top, and we just need the market to do this. And once the market actually establishes a double top, and the clue to that would be a break below 855. If they do that, then off we go for a correction in the market at that point. What are you saying, Omer? You're looking for another switch, or you're taking that switch that we are in right now? ICE, how do I use the Harmony trading system? Well, in multiple ways. There's three elements to the Harmony trading system. You define the environment, you define the behavior, you define a signal. So we define the behavior by looking at the 200 and the 100 NT Rinko. Then we define that's the defining the environment through defining the 200 and the 100 on NASDAQ, for example. The 50 and the 20 on ES. Both of them are in sync, then that's the direction we'll take. If they're out of sync, we're waiting for information. We're defining a behavior. That's the second step. And that will lend itself to, whenever you see this gray zone, that's just the behavior. It's a harmony wave, and that leads to a momentum in the market. So we're looking for that. Then we're looking for a signal, and there's 5 signals that we look at in the Harmony trading system, but the majority of them, or the biggest ones, are switch trades and captain setups. And we talk about those often in the room. And they're easy to follow, and just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Yeah, Stephen, if that's what happened with you, then yeah, absolutely. Reach out to Apex and see what they can do to fix that for you. Hey, Khaled, how are you, buddy? Good morning. So we got Omer. Omer, you saw that switch trade, and if you looked at the 12 and 6 into Rinko, you got yourself another switch trade right there. That's from 90 to 84. That's 6 points right there. I don't know if you took advantage of it or not. Pat, how are we doing today? How's everybody else doing today? No, that's a classic trade right there, my friend. That's just a classic scalp. Let me see. Was that Pat? There we go. Where you at on your PAs, man? That's just incredible. That's a great to look at, my friend. Good job. Okay, good job, Pat. Good job, my friend. Let's keep it up, keep it up. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. So ES, let's take a look at CS. The big picture on ES is 50 NT Rinko. 50 NT Rinko. Uh, the obviously the cloud is positive, so there's a pressure on the upside, but there's a disconnect between the two, the NQ and ES. NQ is stronger than ES. It's been like that most of the day. We have a one candle reversal on the 50 NT Rinko, so meaning that the market right here is not in sync on the long side, and right now it's not even in sync on the short side. It's in the middle of the range trading after covering that gap. Two things got to happen. One of them, if the market closes above 42.14, 42.14, that will lend itself to pullbacks becoming buyable, but you have to be fairly, like, it has to be a scalping kind of type of a trading, because where we at in price action. Okay, so that's the first thing. So if we break 42.14, then I'm gonna come in and look at the 6 NT Rinko and look for buying opportunity on signals like a switch trade or captain setups. If we break under this current level of 42.01, which is ultimately 4200, okay, that will lend itself for selling formations, and I'm going to be looking for signals on the 6 NT Rinko in order to go short. Okay, so two levels, 214. I'm looking for pullbacks to buy on signals, and anything under 4200, I'm looking for run-ups and signals to go short. Hey, Frida. ES is in a tight range. Yeah. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I mean, you could look at it right here. I mean, okay, so they do a channel, they break it, and then whenever you see the Swiss cheese behavior, that's literally what they call it, Swiss cheese, is where the the moving average is. The price is just runs up above, runs up below. And that's an issue. Well, good job, MKO. Good job, my friend. And the reason is because you're in the right place at the right time doing the right things. Get used to it. That's what they call it, trading in harmony. How am I gonna be able to tell if it's gonna break above or below? If see that's you just answered that question, Sheila. You just answered your own question. If you don't know, don't act and wait for those two levels to show up, either the 42.14 to show up, or price action below 4,200. Because that literally that statement tells you that not just you, all of us, that the market is in a sideways consolidation, choppy, and we, in order for momentum to show up in ES, the 42.14 needs to show, and or the below 4,200 needs to show up. So hands in my pocket till that happens in ES. Now, some of the clues that would come in and help us out is the following. If I'm looking at this right now, I'm seeing the market giving me a swing trade long on the 6 NT Rinko. But let's dig in a little bit deeper and make sure that we understand what they're doing here. So that's, excuse me, that's channel number one. Okay. So what I would be looking for, if they pull back, then reverse back up, that will give me a trend line in which a breakout can happen. Then a test of it will tell us if the market is ready for this target versus the other target of 4,200. So that's what I will be looking for, Sheila. Is we have a channel. Let's look at the other structures within the market that will verify that this channel is ready for this bigger target on the upside versus a move toward the whole number 4,200. So what am I looking at here? I'm looking at, okay, so the market running up, typically they'll get very close to the 42.10, they'll pull back a couple of candles, then they reverse. If they do that, that will be the clue for me that the market is ready for a break. But that break is not the buy. You could buy that break, but a better trade would be wait for the break to happen and a pullback to happen, and that pullback will set us up for that run up to 42.14. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Okay, so that's good. You want to see that. You want to see a pullback. Ultimately, what I'm saying is we need to see multiple structures that supports the idea of a run up to 42.14. And what we're getting right now is the first step of that process. Okay. Now, where would I be concerned is if we hit 42.10 and then bust below 42.04, because that right there will negate a lot of these structures and put us in a position where we have to reevaluate the direction of the market. So from the trading perspective, we are in need more information phase of this trading process. We need more information from the market to tell us if they are structuring and basing the market for an up move or a lower move. But so far, we're in the first step of the long cycle. So I'm favoring going long, but I need more information from the market. Now, they can come up to the 42.10 and just bust right through that into the 12 and the 14. And if they do that, great. That's fine. They can do that. And then the pullbacks, I'll be looking for structures in the pullback to buy into. Captain set up switch trade long on NQ. See, that's another structure here that typically you'll see that move toward the whole number and the 903 against that cloud. So you're getting a mixed market where the NASDAQ and ES are not in sync, and you're getting long and short formations in between both the market. And that literally will tell you that that behavior, that environment is telling you this is a consolidated market. So scalping is pretty much what is available right now. See, I'm looking at ES again, and we're talking about the 10, and here we go. They're right at 12. We're 2 points away from that 14. Okay, that's fine. Let them do that. Okay, so for for NQ, we talked about the 80. The 80 is the big level. Why? Because a close under it will set us up for an actual signal on the 100 NT Renko chart, which is a captain setup short. Obviously, that signal would needs to verify itself. Yeah, but you're starting a sequence of events that could lead to a selling pressure if you break under 80. Okay. Now, if we break above 910 in NQ, well, that would lend itself for a potential reversal of the cloud, and then we could start looking at pullbacks as buying opportunity. Then we'll have this structure right here, which is a captain setup switch trade, as a protective support along with this low to support the prices higher. Okay, so either the 80 or the 910 need to happen. Okay, and right now there's too many crosswinds between in the market for me to try to get ahead of that signal or those levels. I rather wait for those levels to show up, then act, versus trying to find a signal to go to 910 or find a signal to go to 80. Just the market is too choppy here for me to take that course of action. So it's 11 o'clock. We had one decision. Let me see here. Let's see what the decision is. Here you go. Yeah, that's it. We had that one trade that you guys saw. Just we made a one contract 190. So we took that decision, and that trade was right here. It was a long. We took it on a switch trade from 907 and got out at 917. That's it for me for the day. Yeah, Robbie. We just had a one good trade for basically close to $200, and we're gonna shut it down and maybe try later on um, that last hour of the day if it shows up with any good behavior or signals. I'll participate. Otherwise, I'll leave this market alone. We have a lot of economic news coming up this week, so I'm hoping to see a little bit more volatility and more action for us to trade. But that's it for me for now, and we'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. Guys, have a blessed day.